Welcome to Parsha with Purpose, where each Parsha becomes a guide to living with meaning, serenity, and joy. We usually think the great tests of life are the painful ones, the moments when you are struggling financially, the moments when we are overwhelmed, the moments when we're desperate for clarity, strength, or relief. And those are tests. But in this week's Parsha, the Torah introduces us to another kind of test entirely, the one who fed you manna in the desert in order to test you. At first glance, it makes no sense. The manna fell from heaven. No shopping, no salaries, no invoices, no panic about how to make ends meet. That sounds like the absence of struggle, not a test. But perhaps that is exactly the point. Because sometimes the greatest spiritual danger is not hardship. Sometimes it is comfort. When life hurts, we instinctively reach upward, we dive in harder, we become more reflective, we suddenly remember how deeply we need Hashem. But when life is manageable, when things are flowing, when the bills are paid and the routine is stable, it becomes easy to drift onto spiritual autopilot. That was the test of the man. Would Bnei Yisrael still live with faith, discipline, and dependence on Hashem even when their needs were effortlessly provided for? The Sforno explains that abundance itself can be an sign, not because blessing is bad, but because comfort can create forgetfulness. And perhaps this exists on many levels. Sometimes we become so busy surviving that we forget to live with intention. But sometimes we become so comfortable that we stop growing. We stop noticing, stop appreciating, stop davening with urgency, stop asking ourselves who we are becoming. The Maggid of Mezrich pointed out something painfully true. When people are in crisis, they suddenly become very connected to Hashem. But when life is smooth, that connection often weakens. Not because people are bad, because people are human. And maybe that is the message of the man, to remember that we need Hashem not only in moments of desperation, but also in moments of blessing. To remember that spiritual growth is not only about surviving difficult seasons, it is also about remaining awake during comfortable ones. Perhaps the real question is not, what do I do when life gets hard? But the deeper question is, what happens to my relationship with Hashem when life gets easy? Because anyone can cry it from the darkness. The challenge is to remain connected in the light. Good Shabbos.